So hope you worked on the team edit contact and edit case Omniscript, getting the data and sending the data. Okay, so please complete that before we do the end-to-end testing. Okay, so let's start with the complex Omniscript. The complex Omniscript. So that is team update primary contact. Team update primary contact. Team update primary contact. So this team update primary contact Omniscript, we have, if you try to recall, we have 3 blocks, right? We have 3 blocks in the complex Omniscript. Let's open that Omniscript. Team. Oh, we are in integration procedure tab. Let me go to Omniscripts. Yeah, this one, team update second version. While the first version is active. So in this Omniscript, let's see. So we have 3 blocks. If I click on update, if I select the option update primary contact, so it will display the account primary contact information. Here the change contact, it's a divide block, and here it is a create primary contact, where we will create a new where it's allowed us to create a new contact, new primary contact. So in these 3 blocks, update primary contact. First, let's work on this update primary contact. In the update primary contact, what information we are getting? We are getting something here: primary contact name, primary contact email, and here we have stub data. So we have to replace the stub data with live data. So what is that primary contact means? For account object, in account object, we have a field to track the primary contact. It's a lookup to contact. There's a field called primary contact, which is a lookup field, lookup relationship field, lookup to contact, lookup to contact. So here account object, we have this lookup field. Okay, this field created by Vlocity. It's coming from the package. That this field is coming from the package. This field coming from the package. So let me show you that. So in account object, so this is a field name, Velocity, INS, primary contact ID. So what type of field it is? This is lookup to contact. Is this a custom field or standard field? Is this a custom field or standard field? Is it a custom field or standard field?
It's a custom field.
It's a custom field. Big underscore CN. This is a custom field, but coming from the package. There's a namespace prefix. There's a namespace prefix, right? There's a namespace prefix, velocity underscore INSW underscore primary contact ID. Okay, this is a field name, API name. So this is the API name of the field. This is the API name of the field. Okay. Now, if we look into this, integrate Omniscript. If we look into the Omniscript, so this is the IP get account by contact integration procedure. So we are using the integration procedure, and what request we are passing? What request we are passing? What request we are passing? We are passing the context ID in the node called account ID. The node called account ID. If you see the IP get account primary contact details, so what request data we are passing? We are passing the account ID. Okay, you are passing the account ID. But what you are expecting? What is this? It's a contact name. You are passing the account ID. What response you need? What response you need? You need name, email, your contact ID, right? So you need this information. You need this information. Okay. Okay. You need this information. Name, email, contact ID. Name, email, and contact ID. You need this information. So how to get that information? Because it's a different object, contact object, but you are passing the account ID, right? If you go to the, okay, let me, this is my developer console tool. Just I want to show some query. Okay, so here let me write some query. Select name from account. Now what I get, and I say where ID equals, let me pass this contact ID. Let me pass this contact ID. Okay. So I get, if I pass the account ID, I get the fields account, okay, Acme. And we have this other field. We have this other field, Velocity INS primary contact ID, which is a lookup to contact. If I add this field, name, comma, this field, so what I get? Primary contact, what I get? What is this? This is the contact, the primary contact ID. 003 start from 003 is a contact record. 001 start with 001 is account record, right? So you're passing the account ID, and this is a relationship field. Relationship field holds the parent object ID, foreign key value. Okay, as this is a parent object field, okay, this is a relationship field, last line is underscore primary contact ID double underscore C is the relationship field. Using the relationship field, can we get the contact name? Because contact name, email available in the parent object, the contact object. So for this, what we should do is we have to write a relationship queries. We have to write relationship queries. So what is a relationship? This is a child. Now here child to parent, we have to write a child to parent relationship queries. Okay. So how to write? Now this is the field name. What is the field name? API name. This is the field name. Relationship field name. This is relationship field name. Okay. When I want to get the parent object details, so it is a lookup to contact. So this refers to the contact. It holds the contact ID foreign key, which is a primary key, which is a primary key of contact object. There is a primary key of contact object. In this account object, it is a foreign key. If I want to refer the parent object field name, so I have to say dot this field dot name. When you are referring to the parent object, we have to replace C with R. So what change I have made? I just said dot name. So dot name means what it will do? The contact name we get. So this account ID name I'll get. And we should replace C with R, relationship reference. R means relationship. If I execute, I'll get Leon Tomlin. Who is Leon Tomlin? Leon Tomlin is a primary contact. Now with this formula, you can get anything, any field from the parent object, also from the comma. And now I say email, I say phone. Whatever the field you want to fetch, you can fetch now. See, this is Leon Tomlin primary contact. For this Acme account, Leon Tomlin is a primary contact, and this is Leon Tomlin email and phone number. So this is the same relationship queries we have to implement in our scenario. So because here what you are passing the account ID. You are passing the account ID and you are expecting the contact information. Is it possible to get by passing that? Because it is generally not possible, because here we have the relationship field. With the relationship field, we will be able to get. Okay, hope you understood this. Hope you understood this.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So let's go to. So we have to implement. So we are passing. We make sure we are making sure that the context ID is getting passed in the node called account ID to this integration procedure. That is a request parameter. That's a request parameter, right? So let me first go to the data raptors. Let's implement the data raptor first. Everyone go to the data raptor and also first open the team update account primary contact. Okay. Oh, go to the Omniscript Raptor and click new. Okay, hope everyone on the same page. So write team, yeah, team get primary, okay, team get primary contact, team get primary contact, and interface type we can use extract. So yesterday we have used turbo extract and load. Now we are using extract. Now we are using extract. Team get primary contact. So we are getting the primary contact info. Team get primary contact. Interface type, here we are selecting the extract. Yesterday we have used turbo extract and load. Now we are using the extract. Save. 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 Here click on add extra step and select the object account. Okay, is everyone the same step?
Yes.
Okay, add extract output path and say account. Anything we can give. It's not compulsory. Whatever I give here, it's on the same thing. Okay, so filter, we need ID equals account ID. That is the node I will pass, right? The account ID will be there in the account node. Okay, so that's it. That's it. You can see the difference between the turbo extract and here. In the turbo extract, we just added the fields, right? We just added the fields. So in the below, in the turbo extract, we just added the field. Now here we have output tab where we do the mapping. This is the input extract JSON from where you want to get the data and where you want to map the data. Extract JSON path. So we have to add the mapping. So let's add the mapping. Click plus sign. So extract the JSON. So what you want? What you want? Here I want, let's say, contact. Account is the extract path, and this is a field. Primary contact ID. Account :velocity underscore ins double underscore primary contact ID double underscore C is the field which contains the record ID. Which record ID? Which record ID? This field holds the record ID information. Record ID information. Okay, it's a contact ID. It's a contact ID. And if you see the JSON okay, we need to have the same JSON nodes because already we implemented the stub data. So we need to create a JSON in a similar format. We need to create a JSON in the similar format. So update contact ID. So I'll use the same node. So the nodes you can use the same. So that is the node names we have to use. Okay. So node, copy the node name, update contact ID, update contact ID, and in the output JSON path, paste that update contact ID. So whatever the data is there in the primary contact, that will be sent in the update contact ID. Okay, this is done. Now what I want? That's the update contact ID. Now we want name and email. Name and email. For name, is everyone done? Is everyone done with the mapping? First mapping. So we are selecting the primary contact ID field and which node we need to pass the data. The same node which we, okay, because we already used the just stub data, right? So we are using the same similar format. Okay, done, everyone?
I completed.
Okay. So next, click again plus sign, add new mapping, add new mapping. And again, select the same field, type search for contact, and select the same field. Again, select the same field. This time, you have to remove C, replace with R dot name relationship field. N should be capital. Select the field, then replace C with R and dot name. Replace C with R dot name, so relationship field. So name should go in the which node? Update name node. The output JSON path, add update name. This is a second mapping. So let me know once done.
I'm done.
Okay. Let's do other mapping. Again, add a plus sign, add new mapping. And in the extract step, again, search for contact, select the same field. Now, as many fields you want to get from the parent, you can easily, same thing you need to follow. Select the same field, and replace C with R dot email. And output JSON path, update email. Update email. Okay, that's it. Let's add another field. Let's add a phone number too. Select same thing, contact. Update phone. So we added the one more field, phone, additional field phone. Okay, so now preview 8 as params, preview 8 as params, add new key value pair, and copy our account ID. Make sure our account ID only it is Acme ID. If I execute, so I'll get for Acme who is the primary contact, Leon Tomlin, email ID. Why this phone number as ID? Oh, come on. Dot phone. Yeah. Okay. So phone, email, name, and ID. So this is this is what we request. So what we expect? This is what we expect. Okay, we got the same JSON. Cool. Done everyone? Have you reviewed?
Yes, I'm able to see the data.
Okay, that's great. Hope others able to see the same. Okay, now our data Raptor is ready. Now let's move on to integration procedure. Okay, if I look into this Omniscript, in the Omniscript, which integration procedure we have used? Team underscore get primary contact details. Get primary contact details. Let's search for the same integration procedure. Team, search for team. Team underscore here will be slash. Team get primary contact details. Get primary contact details. Okay. Get primary contact details. Get primary contact details. Okay, so this one. Okay, so once you expand the team get primary contact details, you see a starter pack. Okay, which is starter pack which is not active. Version 1. Version 2 is a stub data which currently returning the stub information, hard-coded data, but now we want starter pack. So let's open the starter pack version 1. Open the starter pack version 1. In integration procedure, search for team, and you can see look at team slash get primary contact details. If you expand this, you see team starter. So open the team starter. Oh, see, we in the previous exercise we know how to drag and drop the data after extract. So it's already added data after extract, and the input parameter also added. So you don't need to pass the input anything. You just need to add the data after interface. What's the data after interface? We just created team. What data raptor we just created? Select that. So in this integration procedure, we added the data raptor called team get primary contact. Also, you are passing the account ID. You are passing the account ID. So for this data raptor, if you pass the account ID, you should get this data. Okay. So once you add the data raptor interface, preview, add value, add value. You can test here also. Execute. Oh, the response also there. So we don't need to worry about the response. So we did. Okay, now integration procedure also we see the data. So if we pass the account ID, what it will expect? It will expect a account ID. If you pass the account ID, it will give the data. If I do some mistake, see the account ID is not correct, so it don't give the account data. So it will expect like account ID. If I pass the correct account ID, whatever the primary contact will be there, that it will tell. Okay, so response action also is dr get prior contact details, which is already added in the JSON path. That's why I can see the response here. Okay, so what I should do here? Oh, one thing. This is the starter pack. I'm sorry, we should not work on the starter packs. So we have to create our own version. Remember this starter pack steps we don't work on. Will not work on this. You can work, but it's always good practice to create your version and work on it. So here, click on the procedure configuration, create version, and remove starter name. Remove the starter name. Remove the starter name from your from the integration browser name, and here you can add team get primary contact and activate it. Activate the version 3. Next time also you can practice. Okay. Now if you go to your Omniscript preview and pass the account ID, you should see the primary contact, Leon Trombley. Whatever the context ID you pass, the primary contact info you should see. Okay. So that's how we, this is, in this what we learn using the data Raptor extract. So data Raptor supports the relationship queries. Data Raptor supports the relationship queries. Data Raptor supports the relationship queries. Okay. And how to work on the relationship queries. That's what we have seen here. Okay. Getting the data from different, you are passing the account ID, but you are getting the contact ID, right? So getting the data from multiple objects, which is not possible through, turbo extract. Okay. So that's what is our learning. Okay, done everyone? Have you previewed? Okay. So let's work on. Now let's work. Okay, this is the first one, getting the primary contact. So let's work on the change primary contact. Let's work on the change primary contact. What is the change primary contact? If I search something here, so this is a type ahead block. The type ahead block having the, so remember this is a direct data Raptor. So here we are using the type ahead block. In that, this is a type ahead block. In this type ahead block, we are using the data Raptor action. What data Raptor? Data after extract action. We are directly using the data after extract action here. Data after extract action here. Data after extract action. Okay. So here we are using, as we are directly using, there is no integration procedure, as whenever user types something, it directly calls the data, because typeit support only three data sources, as we discussed previously. Three data sources. One is data after extract, data after, sorry, it supports data after, it supports HTTP action, it supports the remote actions. So three data source it supports. So here we are using the data after extract action. So once user types something, the data after will get called and directly get the data from the Salesforce database. So there's a functionality here. There's a functionality here. That is a functionality here. Okay. So okay, here when user types something, what, okay, to the data after what we are passing. To the data after what we are passing the account ID and search key. Means whatever we need, whatever the search key user type there, so that search key and account ID and we need to display what? List of contacts. Sorry. How that is possible? How that is possible? Let's say select. Okay, select name from contact. We need a contact where there is a, in contact object, there is a field, relationship field, standard relationship field called account ID. Account ID. Same account ID. If I pass this select name from contact where account ID is this account ID. How many for this account? Under this account, I have 4 contacts. I have 4 contacts. I have 4 contacts. If I use, if I, it can be 4 or 50 or 100 or 1000. If user passes search key, okay, we have to get that list. If user search for Edward, I need to display only Edward. In the name, I need to search. Okay, so how to do this adding the multiple criteria in data after, how it will support, let's see. Okay, so you are passing the account ID by using, so see, if I don't pass the account ID, what happens? Right? What happens if I don't pass? So how it will work? If I don't pass the account ID, if I don't pass the account ID, but directly I'm passing a search key. Okay, search key. So here we say name. Here we use like operator to search for the data information, like percentage, let's say ED, or I just say EA, percentage. How? Okay, see, if I just pass the search key A, it will give me the contacts. It will give me the contacts, right? Let's say Jake. Let's say J. Still, I see Jack, Jane, Ashley, James, Jake. So many where we have the J is available. This is what we want. We are searching for. Okay, this is a query. We have to execute in the. We have to execute in the type block data after also. But which is so I need to get the only contact associated to the current customer. So how to make sure that? So that's why we said and account ID is equal. So we are passing the account ID where we get only the contact associated to this. So there is no, oh, there is no J. Yeah. If I pass A here, so I can see 3 contacts related to this. If I just search A, I should see these 3 contacts. I should see these 3. So this is what exactly I need to implement. So adding the multiple conditions, how to add the multiple conditions. Hope you understood the condition, what we have to, this is exactly what we need to use. Okay, why I'm showing you in SOQL query. So how the data Raptor works like a SOQL query, that's what we are seeing here. Okay, so everyone go to the data Raptor, Omni Studio data Raptor, and here search for team. So now see, turbo extract, extract and load, we have created from the scratch. Now we know extract, turbo extract and load how to create from scratch. So now we are not doing the same from the scratch. Okay. So now we are using the starter pack. Okay. So here search for team, search for team. Okay. So what we are getting, we are trying to change the primary contact. So here you see team starter change pri contact TA. There is already a starter pack. Team starter change primary contact TA. Team starter change primary contact TA. Team starter change primary contact TA. Right? So in the data Raptor tab, search for team and locate team starter change primary contact TA. TA for typewrite block. Changing the primary contact for typewrite block. Okay, there is another team starter change primary contact, but this is for load. So team starter change primary contact TA, you have to select. Select that, and as it is a starter pack, we should not work on the starter pack. So clone this. Clone and give the same name. Just you have to remove the starter name. It should sound team change primary contact TA. Okay, done everyone. Team change primary contact TA.
Yes.
Okay, clone this. And you see here already in the extract tab, added the contact extract, you're getting the data from contact object. Already you added the extract output path, change contact, and filter account ID is equal to account ID. And here you see a drop down arrow. Click on the drop down arrow and click, and we need to add another condition like how we added here. So already account ID is equal to account ID is there. Now what we need to do? We need to add this like where name like EA. Okay. So here we are searching in the name field. Name operator is like which field? What is the value? Here you need to write a query. So here go to the team account. Okay, you see here we added the filter value as search key. What I'm passing? What is the node? We are passing the data. What we are passing the whatever the user search for in the filter value called search key. So give the name search key because this is a node contains the this TA change contact where whatever user type there, whatever user type here, so TA change contact. So that information we are carrying to the data Raptor. Okay, done everyone. Also, if you want to limit number of records, let's say limit only 10 records. What does that mean? What if we have 1000, 2000 records in every account? If I type A, you know the data after behavior, the type head block behavior. Whenever you type and pause, it will execute the data after every time. If the data after returning more records with the matches, then it will be a problem to load. There could be a performance issue. So to avoid only we need to send the top 10 results. The top 10 close result. Okay, so that user will pick one of the value. So that's why we add the limit. Good. So this is what we are learning here in this example. How to add multiple conditions. Okay. Can anyone?
Yep.
Go to output path. So we have email and ID. What is a very important one? Name is not there. The contact name is not there. Okay. If I go to the Omniscript, just to execute the change contact. So just to see what request we are sending. So in the request, we are sending the search key and account ID. That's good. So both value in the response, what I'm getting. So still we are using the stub data. Let me copy the stub data. Okay. So we are getting the contact name key, that is contact name, ID and email. But currently in the current data after mapping, I can see email and ID, but what is missing? Name is missing. So we need to add the mapping. We need to add the mapping. We need to add the mappings. Okay. So that is a node name. That is the node name I just give in the chat. So add new mapping, uh, contact name, search for contact name, change contact colon name. And what is the output path? The one which I have given to you. It should be in the same node so that you don't need to worry about it. Okay. So add this mapping. So you're extracting the name and assigning to a key called change contact name key. Okay, hope done everyone. If you have done, let's go to the Omniscript. Omniscript. Team update account primary contact. If you have not opened the Omniscript, please open the Omniscript and go to the step contacts. Go to step contact and in the TA change contact, click on the blue line, the data Raptor DR change contact TA. So here what I should change? The data Raptor interface we have to change. What is the data Raptor which is created? Anyone? What is the data Raptor interface name we just created?
Team change price contact TA.
Team change price contact TA. Very good. Right. So add that information and make sure we are passing the search key and account ID because we have used the search key. Now click on preview. Change contact time. Okay. I see the live data. Edwards. The Tomlin. Tomlin. See how many times it will call. You see here Leon Tomlin, Edward Jones, Jeff. How many times it is calling? Every time it is calling. So that's why here we don't have records, but why we added the limit? If we have multiple records, let's say we have 1,000 records, only just display the recent 10 records. So that user will add more correct, accurate data, accurate search with accurate name. So if I select Jeff, so you can see the Jeff email ID also, we get the Jeff email ID. So I want to give one small offline work. In the update primary contact also, we get the phone number. So in offline, you have to add one more field here in the update primary contact block, in the first block. Add phone number, because if you see here, in the JSON, in the response JSON, we are getting the phone number. So let's display the phone number. Okay, where in the first block and second block also I want same thing. What is same thing? Okay, so here along with the email, we want to confirm the phone number too. When user is changing the primary contact, we wanted to display the phone number too. So add the phone number. For that, what you should do in the data Raptor, you have to add the phone number, and then in the Omniscript, you have to add one more field in the second block called phone and display that with the match with the element name. Okay, so let's do this offline. So please try this. Okay, so you will understand okay how we are mapping that, how we get the data and how we map and how we display. So add the phone number both in the both the blocks. Clear everyone? Clear everyone? Yes, no?
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Okay, great. Fine. We'll catch up tomorrow, and tomorrow's session is very, very important. We will see the power of integration procedure. Okay, fine. We'll catch up tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good evening, good night, good day.
Thank you.